Okay. We find ourselves East Fordham Road at the McDonald's, the Golden Arches, where it all started. If you were to pan the camera and look up and down Fordham Road, you see clean streets. Well, let me tell you, in 1977, these streets were not this clean. As a matter of fact, you couldn't see the pavement. This was filth. Literally, if you were walking with a small child, you might lose him in the debris that was covering Fordham Road. So there was an organization run by Curtis Lewa at the time called the Rock Brigade. Back in '77, when I was a little teenager, I needed a job. I needed to help support my family. So where does a teenager go to work? Right at the Golden Arches. I got here. Curtis was the assistant manager at the time, and he interviewed me, and he intrigued me. Not so much because he was an assistant manager and because he had the power to hire me, but because he was community oriented, as was I. And he told me about this organization called the Rock Brigade and what they did to beautify Fordham Road. And he told me, you know, we don't talk the talk, we walk the walk. We get out here, we clean streets, we do what needs to be done to beautify the area. So, long story short, I joined the Rock Brigade. It was fantastic. We got out here, we dug our hands into this debris, we cleaned it up. Everybody was proud of us. All the politicians, the local politicians, you know, all the adults. Oh, your kids are great, you're doing a great job. You know, they'd give us a hernia, they patted us on the back so hard. However, come 1979, and the city was at its worst deficit ever, under the leadership of Edward I. Koch. Back then we had 3 separate police departments. Well, one police department, 3 separate divisions: housing, transit, and city. Well, Mayor Koch decided that we needed to sort of lay off some cops from transit. At that time, the number 4 train, which was the train that most of us took to and from our work here at McDonald's, was the worst of the lot. It was labeled the Muggers Express. Curtis again came up with this bright idea to make us quasi-superheroes. He wanted to take us to patrol the 4 train and bring back safe ridership for the community that used it. Not just for us, but for everyone. There was a little bit of brainwashing in there. I admit it now that I'm 54, not 15 or 16. But you know what? I did it back then because it was the right thing to do. I do it today because it's the right thing to do. We hit those trains on February 13th, 1979, 1,300 hours, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 13 young men of all nationalities. We had Asians, we had whites, we had blacks, we had Hispanics, in a show of force and solidarity for the community, which gave us everything. This is where we lived. This is where we worked. This is where we played. This was our life. And Curtis showed us that we needed to give back, that it was our moral and ethical obligation to give back. Thus, we went out there and, you know, we didn't have Facebook and Twitter and all of the social media we have today. We just donned on some t-shirts and went out there. The gangs thought we were a gang. The police didn't know what we were, and we thought they would be our greatest ally. They turned out to be our greatest foe, because they'd arrest us for anything because we looked like a gang. To them, we were kids. They didn't see white and Asian and black and Hispanic. They saw young predators, or what they thought were predators. And I understand it now, 37 years later. I understand their thought pattern. And things have changed. But it was due to Curtis's thought pattern. It was due to Curtis's methodologies, which all started with 13 young men who worked at this McDonald's right behind me. It was the nucleus for what today is a worldwide organization. And I'm glad that I'm able to still stand here 37 years later and relay this story to people who are coming up, because the need still exists, whether it's on the subway trains of New York or Chicago, or in the parks of Los Angeles or Peru or Mexico. It doesn't matter. Anywhere and everywhere, the same attitude, the same strength of people needs to be present if we're going to change this tide. Because as Curtis says up in that big scoreboard in the sky, it's criminals 4,000, good guys 400. Well, if we're going to even that score, everyone within the sound of my voice has got to take an active part in changing their communities, because one man can make a difference. I am a testament to that, not because of myself, but because there's people here, such as Curtis Lee, who can guide people, to guide others to do what's morally and ethically correct. So from the golden arches of McDonald's to the tenements of Los Angeles or Chicago, to the train stations around the world, I say, as Curtis says, dare to care. This is a movement, not just an organization. It is a system that empowers us all to be the best we can be. Not to be perfect, not to be better than anyone else, but to be the best that we can be, and to realize that we do have a moral and ethical obligation, not just to ourselves and our families, but to others. It is with deep, deep pride that I say I am glad to have been a part of the history, but not living on my laurels. I'm glad to be a part of the future of Guardian Angels in New York and everywhere else.